My name is Emily. I am 34 years old. When I was a little girl, I barely spoke to anyone. My parents were strict, too strict. No playtime, no friends, no hobbies. My world was only four walls. I used to watch other children laugh outside my window, wishing I could join them. But my parents always said, stay inside. I never went to kindergarten. When I finally entered school, I felt lost. How could I speak to kids when I never had the chance to before? But slowly, I made friends. Still, I was the quiet one. I loved art. I wanted to draw, to paint, to express myself. But whenever I asked, my parents said, art doesn't matter, focus on studies. College felt like freedom. I met a boy. His name was Ryan. He was tall, funny, the kind of person who could light up a room. He used to say, "Emily, you're beautiful." And for the first time in my life, I felt seen. At just 18, I thought I was in love. He asked me to marry him. I said yes. I was young, naive, and I believed love would protect me. I left college, gave up my dreams, and became his wife at 19. At first, life was sweet. We had a daughter, Lily. She was tiny, perfect, my whole world. But 2 years later, everything shifted. Ryan began to change. He didn't like how I dressed, didn't like my short hair, didn't like my tattoos. He said, "Change yourself, stay home, forget your friends." Soon he was coming home late. When I asked, he brushed me off. One night, he shouted at me, called me names. And then one day, he crossed a line and hit me. I cried all night, broken. I went to my parents for help, but they told me, marriage is forever, Emily. Stay with your husband. My heart sunk. I felt trapped. We had another child, a son, Jacob. He looked like me and I adored him, but Ryan didn't even come to the hospital. Later, I found out why. He had another woman and he didn't even try to hide it. He told me, "She loves me more than you." My world collapsed, but I had no job, no money, and two small children. I couldn't just walk away. Months later, Ryan joined the army. He left me alone. From there, the marriage only crumbled more. He admitted he found someone new. My heart broke again, but after a while, he came back begging for forgiveness. I still loved him, so I said yes. But deep down, I knew nothing would ever be the same. 16 years have passed. Sometimes Ryan tries, but most of the time, the pain lingers. I ask myself, why did I forgive him so many times? Why did I stay? Today, I'm not the same frightened girl I used to be. I'm stronger, though tired. I look at Lily, now 8, and Jacob, now 5, and remind myself, be strong for them. One morning, my neighbor Grace knocked on my door. She smiled and said, "Emily, want to come over for tea?" I hesitated, afraid Ryan would be angry. But I went. Grace told me, "You're not alone. You have me." Her kindness gave me courage. With her support, I started baking cakes from home. At first, I was nervous, but people loved them. Orders came in, and for the first time in years, I felt proud. Ryan wasn't happy. He yelled, "Why are you working? Stop this nonsense." But this time, I stood tall. I told him, "No, I'm doing this for myself and for my children." He was stunned. Since then, I've begun to reclaim myself. I cut my hair again, wore the clothes I loved, and when my daughter said, "Mom, you look happy," my heart lit up. I don't know if Ryan will ever change, but I have changed. I refuse to be silenced anymore. If you're hearing my story, know this: you are stronger than you think. Don't give up. Life may break you, but you can always rebuild yourself. Every story is a lesson. If you want more stories like this, make sure to subscribe.